What's up, Headbangers? Stan here from Headbangers Australia and welcome to Metal Spotlight. Today's guest is none other than Wicked Smile. Their brand new album, When Night Falls, is out now via No Dust Records. The band describes this record as a natural progression, heavier, darker and more aggressive than their highly acclaimed debut, Wait for the Night. This time around, Wicked Smile pushed their sound further, sharpening the riffs, lifting their intensity and delivering a record that hits harder from start to finish. Over the past year, the band has been on a serious rise, headlining Still Assassin and taking their high-energy live show all the way to Japan. It's clear that Wicked Smile ain't just building momentum, they're commanding it. And we're joined by Tom, the bassist, and we've got Stevie, the guitarist. How you guys been?
Been good, man. Loving the summer, and especially down in Melbourne. We just finished our summer break. I know I did. Steve does a little bit more, but just been spending this time relaxing a bit, getting the new album ready, writing some new songs that Steve's been busy doing as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been good.
Lots to look forward to. We've got the release coming out on February the 6th. So When Night Falls, new album, very exciting.
Awesome, man. Awesome. You guys have been enjoying the summer. It's February is kicking in, so it's all about to shift into gear after the break, going to shift to gear. So how's the rest of the band feeling? Are they feeling excited, getting closer to the date? Because it's not that long now.
Yeah, absolutely. We're already working on new music, I guess, but just the excitement of the album coming out and new reviews coming in and magazine features and tours are coming up soon and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been very exciting.
We've got our Hometown album launch coming up as well in March, so very exciting. And after that, we take off to the UK and Europe, so can't wait. It's going to be a busy year.
Man, awesome. I cannot wait to discuss that with you. I saw you guys live at Still Assassins. I was lucky enough to watch your set, and what I loved about was the energy. You guys, you were my personal favorite, and I just enjoyed the set, the energy that you had, and you guys went to Japan after that. So you guys didn't get any time off during that, just straight to Japan. So. Now, what did you personally enjoy the most about Japan, and what do you feel the band got out of that experience overall?
Do you want to kick it off, Steve?
Yeah, I think for us, well, the way it actually came about is that we, about 10 months prior to actually going to Japan, we were supporting Dream Evil in Melbourne, and one of the support bands was Brider, and obviously Wicked Smile, and their management saw us play, and they really liked what we were about and said that they wanted to bring us out to Japan, and he kept his promise. And before we knew it, they were starting to advertise 3 shows. So we played in Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo, and I have to say it was one of the best tours that I've been part of. It was amazing, great audiences, great people, very well run, and yeah, it was just a great buzz for the band.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I agree. It was very exciting to be in a place that I haven't been before. I know Steve's been a couple of times, but for a lot of us, it was our first time there, and we didn't know kind of what to expect. I like a lot of Japanese bands and things, but it's just the way how loyal the fans are there and how much they do the research into everything we've done previously, or every little minute fact about the band. They know everything. From the second you start playing to the end, they're at the front with their hands up, and they're so excited and very wholesome people. And I just love Japan in general. It's just such a beautiful place, especially for metal. Very popular there.
Oh, awesome, man. Because you just mentioned about the crowd and the singing along, and how do you compare the crowd in Japan compared to the places you have played? You played in the UK and you played in Australia. So how do you compare Japan with these other 2 regions?
I think just as Tom said, in terms of the loyalty, we had some fans arrive waiting for us, just as we got to our sound check, and presenting, I think in Venom, Cyclone Tracy, Black Majesty, Pegasus, a lot of our past catalogue and the loyalty for people who have followed us and on our journey and wanted their CDs signed or the vinyl side, signed. So I think that is a big thing that we noticed. And as Tom mentioned before, they love it, they live for it, and that's really cool. And not saying anything about the rest of the world, but the loyalty is definitely there. Having said that, we love playing the UK as well. I mean, this will be our third time going to the UK, but it was really, really promising on our last day in Japan to be told that we've been invited back, so we'll return to Japan on the next album as well. So we'll tour again. So that's the ultimate compliment for us in terms of, we sold, quite a few CDs and T-shirts, merch, and for them to want us back is amazing.
That's awesome, man. That's cool, man. I'm glad that you guys got to experience that, and we'll probably go into, as we know, the new album. So, pretty much what I read the press kit from, what you wrote, Stevie, was quoted, "We are a 5-piece kick-ass heavy rock band, and I think we made our presence known with the release of our debut album, Wait for the Night." So basically, I heard the album. And I have to say, for anyone that loves the era, the Black Sabbath, the Iron Maiden, the Rock, they're not going to be disappointed because it does immerse, and I personally immerse into that era. So that's a tick. So everyone that has this expectation, they're not going to be disappointed, man, because it's a great album. But what I took out of it is you guys make it sound like Wicked Smile. It's not like, oh yeah, this is like this band and this is like this band. It's a Wicked Smile sound, and I think that's most important because this album represents this is Wicked Smile. And what I really liked about it was basically my favorite tracks were, Where Night Falls, Back to Back. I'm a bassist background as well, so I got to, it's nice to hear Tom starting it off, and Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Tom's a great bass player as well, man. So I enjoyed watching you play, Tom. So I got to hear that. So I was really impressed. I was like, fuck yeah. And then other favorite tracks were like Never Surrender, Walking the Wire, Phoenix to Rise. So they were my personal favorites. And I think that each track did stand on their own and powerful anthems. But I think it was a great album, man, and I'm really excited to see people's response to it. But as I said, you're not going to be disappointed. So I guess my question is basically, how important was it for the band to reconnect with that classic era and basically still make it sound like Wicked Smile?
I think, particularly with the new album, When Night Falls, it was a progression from the debut, Wait for the Night. And it was something that we discussed and said, like, all of us, we wear our influences on our sleeves. I mean, look at us, we're metal through and through. So love the genre, past all the way through to the bands now. So for us, it was an effort to pay tribute to the bands that got us into metal and hard rock in the first place, but again, still have our own spin on things. And obviously, with Danny Ciccardi being such an amazing vocalist, that we can cover lots of stylistically because he can sing it. So he's got such a powerful voice. So I think we have on this new album progressed. It's probably a bit heavier and kind of shaped our sound furthermore, I think, as well. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I think this new album, there's a few, like I wasn't involved with Wicked Smile, the first band, and so same as Andrew, and Dave was only new when the first album was kind of being put together, and I think that was a big turning point to the kind of the sound and direction as well of the new album. We all come from metal backgrounds, and I think it's just we found the piece of the puzzle where it's all really fit in. We've kind of the dynamic of the band and how we all work together. I think it really is the reasoning behind the kind of heavier direction as well. But it is still the Wicked Smile sound because we gel so well together. And I mean, Danny's got a very unique voice, and I mean, Dio is a big influence of us, and I call him the Aussie Dio, I guess. But it's just great working with such great musicians who can replicate anything going on in your mind musically. They can replicate that on the instrument. It's really great.
Yeah, awesome. Because what I also took, off listening to the record, it's basically the energy of the record matches the live shows as well. So the intent is there. So I really enjoyed that energy when I heard it because Danny does have a powerful voice, and he is an Australian hero. So when he does have the chorus, it's so much like anthems. I've just and what I liked was the production. Who did the production? Because I wasn't able to find the research. Who did the mixing and the producing?
That's our good friend Chris Samalko's Monolith Studios in Melbourne. A bunch of us have worked with him previously before, and he's just a really good guy that we can really discuss our vision with, and he's really, I think, done a really good job with that, and he's great to work with. Yeah, Chris, big shout out to Chris.
Yeah, Chris, man. Oh, yeah, I'm a big fan of his. I'm a big fan. Now that I knew that it was him, I can tell that it makes sense because I interviewed a band recently, Dark Lawn. So they're like a dark and fantasy death metal band. And good thing about his production, he can work in any genre of metal, and he makes it sound like gives it that direction to sound like the band sound. So that's what I liked about it was for being a bassist. You get the bass cut through, you can hear the bass solid. And I think the songwriting components were good. When Danny's singing, then your guitars, the guitars actually blend in. They complement each other. Like they all complement really well when and musically as well. So you kind of did put a lot of thoughts to how you wanted the songs to be arranged each track. So there was a lot of thought and care, with this production. What was there a particular song or section on the album when you had to fight to get it sounding exactly how you want it, but now you're proud of how it turned out? So was there any challenges?
Interesting. That's a good question, by the way. Probably for me personally, back to back, because it was one when it was written that it was kind of a back to back we stand. It was a song that I thought would be cool, but I was really happy with the way it actually came up and turned out. Even I was saying to Tom just before the interview started that it seems like that song in particular, with the way things start, it just has, it just enlightens the listener and sort of pricks up your ear when you hear the bass intro, and then it goes into sort of more of the galloping sort of Maiden influenced sort of track. Yet it's still got a little bit of epicness. Is that a word, epicness?
It is now.
It is now.
So it's got that epic feel about it with the way that Danny sings and he tells the story. So for me, that's the song that I think it was a little bit of a struggle first of all when it was being written, but the way it came up was really good, I think.
Yeah, that was one too that I kind of thought as well, is throwing different ideas around, and then I ended up taking it away for a bit and writing a new intro kind of for the bass, and just the way it flowed, like I think it's the second verse where it's just the bass alone. That was actually, I think, Chris's idea in the studio, and we kind of, it just really put a different dynamic there. It's really like that one. That was a good one. One that was another one was maybe Rebel Souls. During the chorus, I was kind of coming up, instead of just playing a standard straight bass line, I really wanted something melodic and flowy, and I think I ended up with a product that I'm quite happy with, that flows really well and adds to the sound and the flow of the chorus. And
I think Walking the Wire, drummer Andrew really shines in that one, because it just shows a little bit of the power metal influence, double kick, and it's just it again gives the album a different flavour. But particularly being in the middle of the album, I think it's this first song on the second side as well, because the album's going to be coming out on vinyl as well.
Oh, sick!
So that's something else we kind of took in mind when listing the songs in the listing of the album. We really wanted it to flow well on vinyl when you're listening to it, give you a good experience when you flip it over. It's straight walking the wire.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, full throttle. You know, and really gives you good energy. Yeah.
Mate, cannot wait to get the vinyl copy. We've added on the back wall there one day. Once I get it.
We just got some actually in the mail.
There you
Very
go.
exciting.
Getting things ready for the album launch in March.
Awesome. So it's been the test vinyl's been approved. You're all happy with it and all that?
Yeah, well, it was sent from the Netherlands because we signed with a label called No Dust, and who put out our debut over there as well. Yeah, so it was really nice today to come home to, a box of, brand new vinyl. So literally, we've just got it, and it looks great because there's an option of
Give me a second, I'll grab it.
Yeah,
cool.
a coloured version, which is sort of bluish, that matches the cover artwork. So yeah, oopsie, yep, that's the
front and back.
Yep.
And this is the turquoise.
Yeah, the turquoise.
Yeah,
that's the word.
Technical term for it.
Oh,
So
what a beautiful
awesome
colour. Yeah.
So we're excited to get that onto the record player, that's for sure.
And I think the cover art actually is fantastic as well. And No Dust has done a great job with it. So we're really, really keen. And it's really refreshing to speak with people and work with people who really, really like the band. I know that sounds strange, but like the label is fully invested. They love the band, they love the album, and Hank, the guy there, mentioned that it's been selling pretty well for pre-orders as well. So yeah, very exciting, and it's just really cool. So really appreciate the support worldwide.
That's awesome, man. It's good that you showed the vinyl because it's a good segue to talk about your album launch, coming on March 7th, because, everyone will be keen, probably, get their vinyls or CDs or shirts, because I have seen your merchandise from Still Assassins, and I was like, oh man, I have to get some. Just I was too busy selling merch. I was at the merch table. But yeah, man, with the album launch, man, it's going to be on March the 7th at the Northcote Social Club. So we've got a great lineup. We've got another legendary metal band, rock band as well, Bengal Tigers. And we've got some mates from South Australia, Dirty Pagans, and we've got some, we've got some bit of some young and energy band with Space Scope. So yeah, it's a killer lineup, man, and you're going to be in good company. So I guess it's how excited you are when you're playing in the hometown launch show.
It's always something very special. I guess we see all our friends and families, and I mean, I've got from the first album launch I've ever done, I got a framed photo, and it's just great looking at it in the crowd because you got all your best friends and your family there, and all the people that really support you, and I think that's really makes it a special show. And obviously, pay them back by giving them the first dibs at the new album and seeing the songs live.
But yeah, definitely. And it's just amazing in terms of for us to be able to sort of repay by playing a long set. I think we'll probably be playing about 15 songs, which is fantastic to be able to headline. So I'm very excited.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Like, being at hometown shows, especially with launch, it's always special because, as you said, you got friends and family, and probably people are going to watch this video probably will ask me, well, ask these guys some stories because they've been playing for a long time. So I'm like, all right, so I'm just like, do these guys have any hometown stories in your career that kind of have their highlights or some stories that stand out just to make, because to have that personal connection to our hometown show that you go, okay, yeah, always, these stories or these highlights.
I think it's always exciting when people write on socials, like on Facebook and Instagram, when they're coming to the album launch, and then you see where they're located, and sometimes they're from, like I know there's a couple of people who are coming from Canberra. One guy in particular who is going to come and see us in the UK as well. And so when people travel, it's just amazing as well. So that's again, like I mentioned earlier, it's the ultimate compliment if someone travels to see you. You know, it doesn't matter. I mean, whether it's around the corner or from, you know, halfway around the world, we appreciate it. And I've got to say, playing in the band with the boys in Wicked Smile, all of us are so, you know, happy to meet our fans and chat to everyone, take photos, sign everything. So, yeah, we love that and we appreciate all the support.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Steve's pretty much hit the nail on the head. There's people traveling from out of town. There's people coming from around the corner. There's, you know, it's just great and spending quality time. We don't want to finish the set too late because we want to hang out with a lot of people and tell stories. Um, I mean, we've always had fun doing hometown shows, but one highlight for me is an album launch for another one of my bands, Envenomed. One of our mates, Bram, got up on stage, and he's a very big fella. So, and he decided to stage dive, and everyone moved out of the way. But the trooper, and he got back up, and he was rocking again. But it's just funny things like that you see, especially being hometown. You see your mates later the next week. Oh, how'd you pull up after that? And it's just being able to share the stories with people that you go to shows with as well, and you spend quality time with. I think it's very special.
Yeah, and when people we've even noticed with the pre-orders of the CD, when they get a T-shirt or something like this. One fan in particular named Lynn, who's from Canada, and she's an amazing supporter of Wicked Smile and a lot of Australian bands. And we just are appreciative of all the people who you know, consider us as one of, you know, their favorite bands, and that's just awesome because we're fans ourselves, you know, of, like, you know, the genre, and we, you know, hang out to get the new album by whomever. So, and you remember how it was as a kid. I remember, like, you know, missing school, you know, high school, and going, you know, wagging school and going to the city, going to Metal for Melbourne to pick up, you know, the latest Dokken album or whatever it be, you know, or the Manowar or Rush or something. So you, yeah, just it's all about the love for rock and metal, I guess.
Oh, awesome, man, and you know, and then around in May, you mentioned it earlier, you're going to the UK, so this would be the, you know, the band's I think third trip to UK, because 2003, 2004. So, and when you go to you know, with your third leg of your UK tour, you're going to start off in a festival. So remember, so I've got the name. Hopefully I've got it right. The festival's called Court of the Wild Festival, and you've got the UK Fresh Legends Onslaught. So I know Tom will enjoy it. You can see he's got a Testament shirt. So,
yeah,
you know, got some, you know, Fresh Legends. You get to see Onslaught in their home team in the UK, man. So, yeah, how important is it for Wicked Smile to return to the UK and keep building on what you've already created with your, you know, with the band's connection in the UK with the last couple of visits?
In the UK, we've got it's probably our largest following, I've got to say. We've got such special, loyal fans there. And it's been, I mean, the last couple of times the band's been over, it's really proved that they're very special, loyal fans there. And like we had a couple of people following us all over the country to 6 or 7 shows. And just people would drive hours and sleep in their cars just to see us. It's amazing. And we really need to pay back them people and come back, because unfortunately we missed out on touring last year because we're busy recording the album. So we just got to really come back and pay them back for their loyalty and play some kick-ass shows.
I think that's the go in terms, and even for Japan for that matter, because when a band tours, and you're not just, like, you know, getting an album. When a band tours, it's real, you know, so you get to see them. It's kind of like yourself, like when we played in Sydney. So, whereas if you don't tour and you're just putting out albums, it's sort of like it becomes a bit more of a project, I believe. And it's whereas we're touring. I mean, this will be our third time, like we said before, going to the UK, and it gives people that belief that, you know, they want to you know, take you on as one of their favorite bands, and that's the way. I mean, we're a band that we love playing live, and, you know, whether it be play acoustic or electric, we can do it. You know, so that's what you sort of You know, we love recording, but we love playing live. That's for sure. That's my favorite personally.
Awesome. Yeah, with the coming UK tour, are you playing in different locations compared to the last two? Is there any new places that you have, you guys, or
Yeah, there's it's we're playing a lot of England this time around, because the plan is to hopefully get some dates in Greater Europe as well. I mean, we're discussing things at the moment, so that's why I think we've got 5 or 6 dates in the UK, and then hopefully a couple in just about expanding. Hopefully get to the Netherlands where our label's at, and hopefully another country as well, or 1 or 2 more. So it's all about building each time, and as I mentioned before, because then people can really take it on and go, all right, I really like this band. I'm going to go check them out live. And like you said, it doesn't sort of convey as much on a YouTube video compared to when you're there, because we are energetic, and we are right into it, and very happy to meet the fans, that's for sure.
basically, before we wrap it up, is there anything you want to say to your loyal fans that have been supporting Wicked Smile and throughout this journey, and also, yeah, I'm going to let you guys plug it away.
Thank you. I guess our protocol is kind of like our website, so you can pre-order the album or order the album via wickedsmileband.com, and you can hit the store link or merchandise link, and be able to support us that way. If people want to support us on our other socials, fantastic. Check out our YouTube page. We've released a couple of videos already from this new album. And thank you for the support.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a big thank you to everyone, and obviously the new album's out in a couple of weeks now, which is exciting. We got a new live video coming out of Back to Back We Stand, actually, so we're going to upload that soon, a live recording, and then there's also a new live music video coming out too once the album's out, and yeah, get your vinyls, get your t-shirts and stuff like that. Every support goes a long way, and we really appreciate all the support. And yeah, it's available for pre-order all around the world, and yeah, hopefully we'll have it there at tour dates too. Around next time we're in the UK and elsewhere, additional dates, we'll have all our stuff there for people to buy. But yeah.
Awesome, man. And what we'll do is we'll put some links of the music videos in this video as well. We'll put in all the details of the website, the Bandcamp, how people can get the copies of the album on our video description. So we've got the links. So we'll put the links there as well. So, help get traffic go your way as well. So yeah, we'll put all that in our video description. I want to thank you both for your time, man, and talking about the album and other stuff as well. And cannot wait to see you guys back in Sydney again.
Thanks, man. Appreciate your time too, man. Cheers.
Thank you very much.